over at Blushing Shades of Beauty, and the one thing that I truly love about Christmas is spending time with my friends and family. Merry Christmas to you all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about today's video because it's a collab with a whole bunch of YouTubers that came together from 1 million YouTube subscribers, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. In today's video, I decided to share with you all my favorite makeup holiday makeup items, and I love makeup for the holidays. I love doing my makeup just because it's the one time that you can actually load up if you like, especially on glitter and highlight, which I love to do for the holidays. So let's just jump right in because I have a lot that I want to share with you, and then I'm just going to start off with eyes right now. So the first product I'm going to talk about is kind of like a two-in-one. You can wear it on its own or you can add shadow over top, but I think it's beautiful just on its own, and it's the José Marin Coconut Water eyeshadows, and I really like this because it gives that really nice metallic kind of that wet look to the eyes, which is perfect for the holidays. And here are two of some of my favorites. The first one is called Playa del Pink, and these you have to really shake up really good before you apply them, and just wait a few minutes if you are going to use a shadow on top of them just to let them set. But these do not crease and they last all day. A lot of people, some people don't like them because of the applicator, but I've actually gotten used to it and I really like the product. So let me just swatch this one for you and you will see the metallic shine that it has. It has a cooling effect when it goes onto the eyes, but because of the coconut oil in there, it's very hydrating on the eyelids. So if you have some dry eyelids, this is actually a really great product for you to use. So just look at that shine on there. How gorgeous is that? So that is one that I love. Another one that I like is called Real Del Rose Gold. And I will swatch that one next to Playa del Pink. And rose gold and some champagne colors, those are the colors that I tend to reach for a lot for the holidays. So there is that nice kind of your metallic gold. Very, very beautiful on the eyelids. Moving on with some single eyeshadows. This one is actually a newer product to me. I ended up getting it in a swap with April, and this is a ColourPop eyeshadow in Get Lucky. Of course, I have to share with you a ColourPop eyeshadow, but these are shown on YouTube for a reason. It's definitely a beautiful product. It's very pigmented. You like very, very smooth, very, very buttery, and it's kind of almost has that same kind of effect as the José Marin. Like, look, it's like that was just one swipe. So very gorgeous. This is probably one of my favorite golds at the moment. It's just the perfect gold for the holidays, and it looks gorgeous all over the lids. You can add a little bit too much on your eyelids with this, so you want to be a little bit careful, but like I said, beautiful product. I usually just apply that with my fingers instead of using a brush. I find it works best that way. It still works best with a brush too, but, or sorry, works just as good with a brush, but I prefer to use my fingers, especially when I want to intensify my eyes just a little bit more. That's what I will do. These next two are by NARS. These are the dual intensity eyeshadows. I have two that I really like. One is more of like a silver and one is more of a champagne. This one is called Himelia. I think I'm saying that right, but the same thing. You can use these wet or dry, but I just use my fingers. It gives me the same intensity. So yeah, I just apply them with my fingers, and this one is just a really pretty like champagne beige color. So there we go. So this is actually one of my favorites out of the dual intensity eyeshadows. Yeah, so that one's really pretty. The next one is called Dion, and this one is another taupe shade, but it looks more silver on the eyelids. So I will swatch that one. So there is Dion. Okay, next is by Stila. These are the metal eyes. I got mine in the color Kitten. It's the only one that I do own, but it's a great product. The reason why I chose this color is because it's very universal. Anybody can wear this shade. You can wear it all year round. If you really want to stand out in the crowd and you want your eyes to really pop and get noticed, this is what you will reach for. I love wearing this for a special occasion. I actually wore this at my Christmas party that I had last weekend, and I got tons of compliments on it. So that it's supposed to give you that like foiled effect, and then it comes with these little droppers that you use. You don't have to use these droppers if you don't want to. You can use Max Fix Plus and it will give you the same effect. But this is just basically a chunky glitter. See if I can swatch that for you. There we go. So you can see how shiny that is, but it's so gorgeous all over the lid. So I had to mention this. What other eyeshadow did I want to talk about? There's actually one by the drugstore that is newer to me and I really like it. This by Revlon. It's the Photo Ready Eye Art, and I think it's genius that they actually came out with these. They do have like the nail polish where they have the glitter on the other end. So you have your one side, which is a base, and this actually almost reminds me of the Jose Marin Coconut Water, and the color too. I'm just gonna swatch it side by side and let's just see the difference. So here it is right here. The only thing with these, I find it takes a little bit longer to dry than one of these. So you have to make sure you really set them before you apply your eyeshadow. But yeah, they're actually very similar. This is actually more thin in consistency. But there they are side by side. But I mean, the effect that you get is actually, it's the same. And then you have your glitter on the other side, and you can either add it on top to add some glitter, and there it is on top. See how pretty that is? And what I like about these too, if you don't want to add glitter on your eyelid, then you can just add it in the lower lash line, which I prefer to do, but then I'll add maybe just a little bit on the eyelid just to make them stand out just a little bit more. So I thought it was genius that Revlon actually came out with this product, and I think it's a great product. So I had to mention that. I do have another one in green and gold, which is a beautiful color. I love wearing green too, especially in the winter time. Okay, now let's move on to some highlight for the cheeks. And another thing that I like about highlights is that you can also wear them as an eyeshadow if you want. So let's talk about one at the drugstore. This is actually a really great one. It's by Physicians Formula, and it's the Warm Nude. It's called Warm Nudes, I believe. But yeah, so it's got blocks of all these different shades, but the shine and the metallic that it gives, it really is just beautiful on the cheeks. So that is that swatched. Okay, there you go. So you can mix all these colors together and you get a beautiful highlight, kind of like a champagne gold, or if you want, you can just use the lighter shades here, just kind of customize your own colors. You can also wear these as eyeshadows. I'm not a big fan of the pearl highlights from Physicians Formula. I actually prefer these more, and they're a lot smoother, I find. And I don't know, I just like these ones a lot better. So I had to mention that in case you wanted to know a drugstore alternative. My two favorite highlights that I love to wear for the holidays that are higher end. The first one I'll talk about is what I'm wearing today. I've actually been wearing it pretty much all week. I can't put it down. It's the Becca in Opal. So there it is right there. It is so gorgeous, you guys. You have to get Opal. I even have the cream form of it as well in a stick form. Let me just show you. Because I know for the holidays they came out with that. I think this one here is Opal. Yeah. So they also have these two, which is like a cream, and you just add it on your cheeks as well. Okay, as a base. So that is the cream in Opal. How beautiful is that? It's just stunning. Okay, so then here is Opal. I'll just do a quick swatch of that as well. And then even if you use that and then put Opal right on top, oh yeah. So there is Opal. This is probably it's gonna be my yearly favorites, my end favorites, because it's just gorgeous. And I don't really want to talk too much about it because I know everybody talks about it here on YouTube. So that is another favorite of mine. Another one is by The Balm. This is the Mary Luminizer. I mean, hello, look at this thing. Beautiful. It's a little bit lighter. It's a lighter champagne color. So Opal is a bit more kind of like a goldy champagne, But this highlighter is definitely not for everybody. I personally really love wearing this highlighter. This was definitely one of my favorites last year. So a glitter that I really love is by the drugstore, and it's from Annabelle. This is the liquid eyeliner. I have mine in the shade Gold, but this is a great product for a drugstore, and it's a really pretty gold. Again, you can wear it all over the lid, or you can wear it underneath your lash line. So that is that in gold. They last all day. They do not move once they set. I know Urban Decay has some really nice glitter liners that I do want to get. There's also NYX by the drugstore that I've heard great things about. I used to have one, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, if you're from Canada, Annabelle is a great one. I forgot to mention one thing about the eyes, so before we move on to my favorite blushes that I love to wear, I want to talk about the Naked palette. Out of all the Naked palettes that I own, this one is my all-time favorite one. It's just a staple for me in my collection because it has all the shades that I want. It's got the champagnes, it's got the golds, it's got the few mattes that I love to use in my crease. If you want to really smoke out the eye, it's got some really nice deeper shades right here. So overall, it's just a really great palette. So if you're not into more of like the singles that I shared with you, then this palette is basically all in one. You don't need anything else. So I had to mention that palette. Also, there's the Max Fix Plus. So if you really want your eyeshadows to really pop, then just spray this on your brush and add a little bit of eyeshadow. This will just intensify the color a little bit more, and there you go. So if there's a shadow that you want just to make your eyes pop a little bit more, this is a great thing to have. I also love to spray this all over because I wear a lot more makeup when I'm doing a holiday look. I kind of want to I don't want it to look cakey, so I will spray this on and it will just kind of look a bit more fresh and glowy. For the holidays, I tend to wear more heavier eye makeup, and I like to have a really nice smoky eye with a nice metallic finish and some glitter. I like to keep my cheeks a bit more neutral, but still have some color. The first product that I really love that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is from Makeup Forever. It's the HD Cream Blushes. I like actually wearing cream blushes, especially for the winter time, because my skin is a little bit more dry. If you are oily, don't be scared of this product because I still think you will like this. It kind of almost turns into like a satin finish, but it blends into the skin so nicely, and I really like this color. It doesn't look like much in the pan, but I promise you it is beautiful. It's a neutral color, and you can add any blush on top of this, and that's why I like this one. Number 335. So that is the color right there. So it just looks very, very natural on the cheeks. Another neutral color that I tend to reach for a lot is by Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. It's a very neutral color. This color basically goes with any look that you're doing. And I really like the finish of these because it almost leaves it leaves a nice sheen to the cheeks, but very soft looking. And the one thing that I like about these two is that you can still build the color up to the intensity that you want. So that is Mood Exposure, and if you want this color just to kind of stand out a little bit more, then you can add that on top of a cream blush if you like. So that's a favorite of mine. Another one is by Clinique, and it's called Totally Tawny. Another blush for a very dramatic eye look, and you want to keep the cheeks really soft. Here is Totally Tawny. This one pulls a bit more pink on the cheeks, for me anyways. Let's swatch that right here, but still very neutral. So there is Totally Tawny. There you go. This was actually a recent favorite of mine this past summer. And the next two are by NARS, and I truly love NARS blushes, and I love these two colors. The first one is called Madly, and I think this one is probably my favorite. And again, it doesn't look like much when you look at it, but when it's on the cheeks, it is beautiful. So there is Madly. Where am I gonna swatch that? I'll just swatch it right here, I guess. And this is actually, Madly almost looks pretty close to Totally Tawny. So there is Madly. Actually, it's very similar to Totally Tawny. Let me just swatch Totally Tawny again. just to see if we have a dupe, because we might have one. Totally Tawny is not as pigmented as the NARS blush, but they're definitely similar. The camera's probably not going to pick it up, but it's so close, you guys. So yeah, I guess you don't really need both of them, but for quality wise, I definitely like NARS Madly. And the last one that is, it's another favorite of mine. It always will be, and it's called Lovejoy. This one does have a little bit of shimmer to it. It's a little bit deeper than Madly. It's got some more bronze to it. It's beautiful. I just love it. You can wear this blush alone. You don't have to wear a highlighter with it. I personally still wear a highlighter with it, but there is Lovejoy. If you do not own Lovejoy, put it on your list, because to me it's a must. The last category that I'm going to talk about is lipstick. Now, when you're thinking holiday, you're thinking a red lip, which I totally agree, but I'm not a red lip person. I maybe own 1 or 2 red lipsticks and that is it, but when I go out and when I'm wearing a holiday look, I tend to reach for more of a nude lip. So these are some of my favorite nude combos that I'm going to be sharing with you. And the first 2 that I'm going to talk about are from Buxom. These are the foundation, the nude lip foundation. These came out in the summertime and I love this product so much. I love Buxom, period. This is in the color Nude. You can wear these on its own. It leaves a matte finish. It's basically supposed to give you, supposed to like nude out your lips, and then you can add a lipstick over top. But here is Nude. They're very creamy, very soft. So I love that one. And we have my next favorite. This is, I actually wear this one a lot, and it's called Undressed. This one's probably my favorite out of this line. And here is Undressed. And they're actually very, very similar. This one's just a lot more deeper. It's just a little bit deeper actually. So I guess you don't really need both of them, but they do look different on the lips. Sorry. So when I'm wearing those, I like to wear a gloss over top, and these are my 2 favorite glosses that I like to wear. The first one is by Buxom and it's called Celeste, and it just has some pretty shimmer in there, but it's beautiful. You do not feel it on the lips whatsoever. I'll swatch it right beside here. This color I like, but for some reason the reason why I like it is because it really makes my lips really kind of pouty and plump. So that is Celeste right there, and this pairs beautifully with the Buxom foundation lipsticks. Love it. The next one is by NARS and it's called Gold Digger. My friend Bonnie actually introduced me to this lip gloss and I've been hooked ever since. So this is Gold Digger. This is more of a gold color. Again, this has some shimmer to it, but you do not, I don't find that the glitter in here is as chunky as the Buxom, but like I said, you don't feel it on your lips anyways. So Gold Digger is another lip gloss that I love topping the Buxom lip foundations with. So there is Gold Digger. These 4 lipsticks here make a beautiful nude lip combo. So that is everything that I wanted to share with you guys. Don't forget to check out all the other YouTubers that came in this collab, and just have a wonderful holiday with your family. I hope that you guys create some wonderful memories, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!